let's check out Outdoor Vitals Fortius 2-person tent. Let's just get to it. Let's put this thing together. I know that's why you've clicked on this video. You don't want to hear me talk too much about it, so let's just set this thing up. And there it is in all its glory. It's not a hard tent at all to set up. Let's just go take a closer look at it. There is plenty of room in this tent. This sleeping pad here is actually a 77 by 25, and you can see the space from the pad to here. Outdoor Vitals, they boast that you can stick two 25-inch pads side by side in here. I haven't done it yet, but that's a 25-inch pad, and you can see the space from there to there. The specs say that it's 48 inches wide, but they claim that you could put two 25-inch pads. That's one reason that I decided to go with this particular sleep system, or not sleep system, but tent. That's why I went with this tent. Keep saying sleep system because I just did a video on this, the Zen Bivy. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a card up here and you can check that out. Awesome sleep system. But this tent, man, it's check out the size of this vestibule, and it's got two vestibules. You can get in and out on either side. You can actually roll this back, and the space in this bad boy is, I mean, it's quite a bit of space. I mean, I'm 6'1", and you can see I got plenty of head space here. And just let me stretch out real quick and let you see. Yeah, my feet have plenty of room, and I have plenty of space above my head. And you see this vent here, that's at your head and your feet. That's another thing that I think this tent is really good at, is ventilation. It's vented really good. So I guess my final thoughts on this tent is that for the material that it's made out of, it might be just a little pricey, at a little over $300 if you're a member. Probably a little bit more if you're not a member of Outdoor Vitals. But there's a lot of good features. The stitching is really nice in this tent. The breathability, this no-seam mesh net is really nice. There is a lot of everything seam taped. It seems to be overly done. Reinforcements in all the right places. Everything's reinforced good. Overall, a really good tent. It's just I think it has a lot of steep competition in it, I guess you would say, in its class. And other tents, I guess that would be made of a similar material and at even some at a lower price point. I think I think Lanshan still probably competes with this tent very, very well. You have at around the same price, you got the Dirkston X-Mid, not the Pro, but the X-Mid 2-person is at about the same price as this tent here. Gossamer Gear makes a tent that's probably pretty close in the same category, very competitive in price. So I think because of its lack of being able to just completely stand out from the competition in this price point is probably what hurts this tent the most. But at the end of the day, it's still a rock solid tent. I don't think you're going to get too much better if you start trying to get cheaper. You could probably get cheaper and get by, but I don't know if you can get cheaper and better. So it's a really good tent. They put a lot of research and development in it. They field tested themselves. They still use this tent when they go backpacking the guys at Outdoor Vitals. So they stand behind their product. They stand behind this tent, and it's a great tent. I just think that there's a few things that probably keep this tent from being more popular than what it is. I do think it's a pretty storm-worthy tent. They pride themselves on being able to make that claim. I believe that claim. I haven't had it in a storm yet, but I know, I know how, this is a pretty rock solid tent, so either way, that's my thoughts on it. I didn't want to make this a long video. I just wanted to set it up, let you see it, let you see some of the features, and tell you kind of, I guess, my own personal thoughts on it. I did buy this tent with my own money. This is a tent that I plan on using until I can have enough money to get what I really want, and that's a tent made out of DCF or Dyneema. I think that's, if you're really going to get the best bang for your buck, and you're really going to spend a lot of nights out in the backcountry and on the trail, I think a Dyneema tent is about the only way to go. But until you can afford that, this is probably about the class that you can afford, or I can afford anyways right now. And I'm satisfied with the purchase. I think this tent's going to serve me well for a while and on many trips and many miles. So I'm excited about using this tent, and I'll back just about anything that Outdoor Vitals does. I do think that sometimes they overprice some things. I think this is a bit overpriced, but it is a rock solid tent. So there's my thoughts.